Let's go out on the Western Pizza Guest Hotline. I just teased it, talking flag football. Joining us from Saskatoon, Joel Lipinski, named defensive coordinator for Team Canada when it comes to flag football. Now, I know you're not in Saskatoon right now. You're traveling around. I think you said you're in Montreal. First off, congrats, Joel. You must be excited.
Yeah, no, appreciate it. Obviously, yeah, man, very excited with the opportunity.
Your credentials to get this gig, like you got the flag football experience. Maybe just let people know, how many years you kind of been coaching and helping out there.
Yeah, so I guess after I finished my tackle career, kind of jumped right in. I've been kind of starting off with the IFAF kind of flag. I mean, we've been doing touch and flag in Regina for years, kind of leading up to it. But 2014 is when kind of started getting into the competitive flag landscape. And so, I've been doing it for 11 years now. And then 2016, we ended up winning nationals, and then was able to kind of go into my first worlds. And again, and the flag world is quite a bit different than the tackle world, which we found out really quick. You have obviously teams like Israel and Denmark and Austria that you had no idea had these flag football programs, and these guys played flag football over there. But again, even when you show up, you kind of still have that tackle football kind of somewhat mindset, and some of these players look relatively unassuming. And then all of a sudden they get out and he's like, holy mackerel, no, these guys know flag. And again, just the systems and the differences that some of these teams end up using, it's just things you've never seen. So the goal is with myself just now, again, being from 2014, having 11 years to kind of go through some of these bumps and these learning curves. Hopefully you can speed this process up over the next 4 years here.
If you rank it, and I forget how it finished at Worlds, obviously the U.S. is up there, Italy's up there. Where are we ranking the top 5 countries right now for flag as we stand right now?
Yeah. So I guess when we played in 2016, we ended up getting 5th, and then 2 years later, we ended up getting 6th. And then this last year out at Finland, we were kind of just a couple drives away just at the end there too. It was the difference between one play finishing 3rd, but we ended up finishing 7th. So we had only 6 teams are going to end up going to the Olympic Games. So we would have been one spot out of that right now, but the previous years we would have been right in there. So we're right on that verge here. So we just got to kind of get over the hump and make sure we maintain it.
I love flag. You and I were texting back and forth. I coach it as well with the kids. We got 3,500 kids in Regina playing it. That's right awesome. Now. Huge league. The NFL owners are saying, we're going to make our guys available. For me, I don't know, because how do you explain it to people how different flag football, let alone five guys or girls, smaller fields, the athleticism, how do you explain it to be pump the brakes maybe on the pros, because flag's a totally different game?
Yeah, I'd say very much so, especially in regards to systems and just kind of getting used to it. I mean, obviously you end up having players who are paid professionally to play a sport somewhat similar, where I think people are just underestimating what the learning curve is going to be over that particular time frame, because you can't just bring these kids out or these guys out of their CFL or their NFL training camps and just be okay, we're going to put a team together in 5 days and kind of make this work. Just from the defensive side anyways, obviously my side specifically, there ends up being 4-man switch concepts that you have to be working together for a good period of time. Even when you end up going to now these world tournaments, you'll have players who are in their mid-30s, but again are still the best players on the team just because they work so cohesively as a unit. So no, it's a very different game in that respect. Yeah.
What makes a really good flag football player? Is it speed, agility, size, or smarts? How would you how do you put that into a silo?
I think it's just kind of also just depending on the team, and every team even has their own different systems and constructs, just like any OC or DC in the tackle game would have their own specific ways in which they actually want to run the offense. Obviously, everything's relatively spread in that respect. But yeah, a lot of the same attributes still apply. But again, now, in fact, if you're a good hitter, or again, even if you're a DB, but you're predominantly jamming all the time too, that's not going to be allowed at the flag level. So again, that's something even when you're looking at athletes here too, is does their skill set that they have even in the tackle game going to translate into the flag game? And some there definitely will, but others, it'd be a steep learning curve, and they probably wouldn't fit in. They'd just be getting penalized the entire way down the field.
Would it be crazy to say that Mason Nias from Regina won't be involved down the road at some point, whether it's coaching or playing? And it might be a tough one to answer.
obviously, man, Mace is man, was an athlete of mine for forever, and now we're coaching together at the University of Saskatchewan. Man, to be honest, like I don't know if I've ever been around a better football mind and a better flag mind than him. And so I know even Lapo has been like picking his brain a little bit, just trying to like get his ideology, especially even just like the biggest thing is just knowing how we have this a 4-down game, and on the one side of half you only have 4 downs to get 20 yards. So I mean, there's a lot you can do. So how do you end up setting yourself up for free plays that you give yourself a better chance to score? It's obviously a very offensive-centric game, so like consistency is key. I think I was mentioned to you too. It's like realistically, as a defense, like you're going to get beat and you're going to get beat a lot, but the goal is just to kind of like again, like kind of get over that mental block. But then ideally, just try to know that hey, if we get 3 stops this game, like we should win, just because your offense, again, on the other side, like should only be potentially stopped once or twice, right? So
yeah, it's the old score for score. You're just trying to stop them maybe once, twice, like you said, 3 times. So what does the next few months look like for you as you're trying to assemble the team to go to Worlds this year?
Yeah, so like kind of before I was brought on staff, they actually had tryouts kind of all across Canada, and so that's actually why I'm in Montreal right now. We start tomorrow, so we ended up kind of narrowing it down to around the top 50 out of all these camps across Canada, and so it's the same thing on the women's side and the men's side. So we both start tomorrow at the University of Montreal here, and so yeah, out of that 50, essentially we're going to cut it down to 12, and so yeah, tomorrow we start off. We have combines and just like starting off just with like basic skill kind of position groups that we kind of get going, but like we'll be rolling right into 2-a-days over the next 3 days, and again just trying to select the best 12 over the next 3 days here.
Last one, any Sasky kids or athletes on both sides?
No, like man, honestly, just like even the way they kind of went across here too, like it wasn't I think, yeah, it just was a missed opportunity in terms of how much this could have been hyped up. And I think, obviously, with the NFL kind of being involved and just how much this flag game's growing, I think it will be something that, I wouldn't be surprised. We should have some Sask guys on this team. Obviously, I'm going to be exceptionally biased in that regard here, too. But the fact that we don't have any, and the fact that we had that many Sask guys play over the last, like, Worlds and over the last 8 World Tournaments. So, yeah, no, that will be something that we'll have to change here for sure.
Right on, Joel. Thanks for taking some time. Have fun in Montreal. Best of luck, and we're gonna definitely catch up again and chat flag. Thanks for doing this.
Awesome. Thanks, Barney. Thank you, guys.